A very popular argument in the world of poetry and poets and philosophy is the meaning of life. What does life mean? Why are we here? But ultimately, those questions and their answers may be less applicable than the question of how should we live? And the answer to that question as well. Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we are here for another poetry discussion, which will appear, of course, in the poetry discussion playlist here on the channel. A playlist that this actually might be the 750th video in. So we are no longer approaching that number. We are there. The poem in question today, A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So we will have this poem, but we will also have a cameo from another poet here as well. What the heart of the young man said to the psalmist. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, and to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end, our way, but to act that each tomorrow find us further than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act. Act in the living present, heart within and God o'erhead. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime and, departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time, footprints that perhaps another sailing over life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother seeing, shall take heart again. Let us, then, be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing. Learn to labor and to wait. So, in discussing this poem, I think perhaps it is fitting to go back to the title and ask, really, what is a psalm? So I went to Merriam-Webster to get a definition of a psalm. It's a word probably you've heard, probably colloquially you kind of understand, but what does it mean? A psalm is defined as a sacred song or poem used in worship, particularly one of the biblical hymns collected in the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms found in the Old Testament is composed of sacred songs meant to be sung. The term psalm originates from the Greek word psalin, meaning to pluck, which refers to songs sung to harp music. Psalms can take various forms, including hymns, laments, and thanksgivings. So, this Psalm of Life, it's an interesting title and one that I'm not sure I fully follow as far as its application in the poem. I think that mostly what is here is not worship, but instruction. I think that what we are being told here is to be present. This poem is about maybe hope, maybe inspiration, but I think certainly presentness. Now, I want to go back up to the beginning of the poem again because we have some interesting phrasing that, if you are familiar with, if you read enough poetry, you will realize that there are lines which are sort of snatched up by other poets and used again, or recycled in ways that make those lines belong to the poet. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul slumbers, and things are not what they seem. So, the meaning, I think, of this poem is presentness. The meaning of this poem is that you have today. You're here. This is where you are. Use it. Make the most of it. Be here. Be present. Be as thorough in your presence as possible. Life is, tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. There's another poem that, so this is a, if it's not an inspirational poem, it is a poem from which we might take inspiration, right? There's another poem that echoes some of those lines, which you may see where this is going, but it is not quite so inspirational. A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers into the deep, while I weep, while I weep. O God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? O God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Another set of those same lines that seem so hopeless. What is this poem about? So, the poem that we're here to discuss today is about presentness. This poem is rueing, let me avow you are not wrong who deemed that my days have been a dream. Not being present. Our speaker in the Edgar Allan Poe poem is not present and is hoping that these grains of golden sand do not creep through his fingers. Sand often being used to represent time. He is hoping to hang on to that time. A poem with some of the echoes of, oh, went too far, some of the echoes of a psalm of life, but perhaps from the opposite perspective. Which poem is ultimately more effective? The Edgar Allan Poe poem is today perhaps more well known because of the Christopher Nolan film. What's that Christopher Nolan film called? The one about time, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Good movie. You should see it. Figure out what it was. But the poem is sort of used in that movie. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio wakes up on the beach with sand all over him, right? The movie's about dreams within dreams. Anyway, Edgar Allan Poe is also popular today, probably more widely read than Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, at least in America, at least among sort of pop circles, right? Like probably in college classrooms, Longfellow holds the edge, but I think that in personal life, it probably goes to Edgar Allan Poe. But it's just strange that Poe is writing in a voice that is so hopeless. And it is seemingly a direct response to a poem that is all about presentness, all about hope, all about using your time. And then the Edgar Allan Poe A Dream Within a Dream is about a man who did not use that time. That is all I have for this poetry discussion. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. And as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.